for making this the largest campaign event in Mississippi history. Let's make America great again. Please welcome the next President of the United States, Mr. Donald J. Trump.
I want to thank you. This is incredible. Who knew? I knew it was going to be good. Who knew? And you know, outside we have thousands of people trying to get in. Should we let them in or not? Thank you all very much. We are going to take our country back. We've lost our country.
We sure will.
I'll tell you what's going on is incredible. You know, the Iran deal, I don't know if you've been seeing what's going on with Iran. They violated the agreement already.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a few days after all. They violated one of the worst deals I've ever seen negotiated at any level. I'm not talking about country, I'm talking about at any level. They violated the deal. We should be putting on sanctions. Can you imagine that? And they're embarrassed to put on the sanctions, because how do you put on sanctions so soon? So it's very, very sad. I mean, what's going on with our country, the incompetence of our leadership is beyond belief. Beyond belief. So sad, but you know what? We're going to make America great again. It's going to go quickly. It's going to go quickly. Remember this, I'm pretty good at signals, and I see a lot of things happening. One thing I see out there just happened today in Tehran. They're burning down the Saudi embassy. You see that? Now, what that is Iran wants to take over Saudi Arabia. They always have. They want the oil, okay? They've always wanted that. You watch. I predicted a lot of things you have to say, including get the oil, take the oil, keep the oil. Right? I've been saying that for 3 years, and everybody said, oh, what could do that? I mean, this is a sovereign country. There is no country. They have a bunch of dishonest people. They created ISIS. Hillary Clinton created ISIS with Obama. But I love predicting, because, you know, ultimately you need somebody with vision. Now, I am the most militaristic person in this room, other than maybe
CB for Trump!
a couple of these guys look pretty out there, I'll tell you. But I am the most in this whole room, and there's thousands. I guess he set an all-time record. Can you believe it?
50,000, yes, sir! Yes, sir!
And this is not the youngest place, right? I mean, this place has a little bit of age on it. This is your all-time record. And I guess what they're doing with the overflows, they're putting them over at the convention center. So that's amazing. I really am honored by it. And you know, everywhere I go, though, there's such love in these rooms and these arenas and these stadiums that we go to. It's love. It's love. You know, I tell people, and I tell friends of mine, they say, how do you speak in front of all these people? No teleprompters, right? No teleprompters.
No, no! Yes!
want any teleprompters. And no speeches that we read and everybody falls asleep, right? No speeches. You need a good memory for this stuff. But you know, a friend of mine is a very, very successful guy. He said before another speech I made with 25,000 people, and he said, Don, could you do me a favor? Could you send me a copy of your speech? I said, there is no such thing. Whatever it is, it is. It's common sense, it's business ability, it's whatever it is. And he said, how do you do that? He has a little bit of a phobia for speaking. You know, he's rich, he's tough, he's a brutal guy. In fact, I'll probably use him, maybe not for China, because he's not quite tough enough. But I'll use him for one of the countries that's ripping this off. And believe me, there are plenty of them. But he said to me, how do you do that? How do you do it? And I thought for a second, I said, you know, it's funny. And we're all in the same group. You go to Mobile, Alabama, we had 35,000 people, right? Look at that. By the way, the football team, in all fairness, did not look too bad the other night. We acted.
Yeah, that's true, they lost. What did they win?
You go to Mobile, 35,000. Oklahoma, over 20,000. In Dallas, we filled up the Mavericks Arena, totally packed. No matter where we go. And I said, there's love in these rooms. It's like love. It's like a love fest. People are so tired of incompetence. They're so tired of stupidity. They're so And, you know, it's really amazing. So, I was watching a commentator before today, and they said, Trump draws by far the largest crowd, so I like that. And then he said, he's plain spoken. Now, you have to understand, I went to an Ivy League school. I went to the Wharton School of Finance, the #1 school. I mean, it's like impossible, it's great. My uncle was a professor at MIT, and he's saying plain spoken. Now, I didn't know if that was a little bit of a wise guy or what. I can't understand it. And by the way, our audience is young and old. It's really, really smart. We have the smartest people. We
sure do.
We should have everything. We probably have a few that aren't so smart, right? But we have the smartest, we have the best, and we have people, and I'm telling you, no matter where I go, and this is why, and I told my friend, it's not hard, because it's, no matter where, we're all the same. You know, everybody I see, they want to make America great again. That's what they want to do.
As it should be.
And it's been sort of an amazing period of time. So, you know, I always talk, and they always say, oh, it's terrible, my opponents. Can you imagine these guys? They got 2 in the poll, like Jeb Bush. He's got 2. He said, I shouldn't be talking about the polls. If I were him, I would not talk about the polls. I'd pretend they don't exist. But the opponents are always saying, he's always talking, but I love polls. Now, so far I love them, because I went out on June 16th, and almost right from the beginning, we've been right at the top. We've been right at the top. And some new polls just came down, just happened to have them, just quickly. CNN, you know, with 36 to 16 to 14 to 12 to 4. And then you have Bush at $59 million spent, he's at 3. And interestingly, with CNN, they did a second part of the poll. I got a kick out of these politicians. They give millions of dollars to pollsters. Okay, millions. And you know what? Every week these guys hand me polls, the most incredible polls. It's like you can't read them, there's so much. I learn more about myself. I say, why do they spend so much money on pollsters? Now, I'm going to start spending quite a bit of money because I just want to be sure. I don't want to take any chances. I don't want to do it on the cheap. I don't want to do it on the cheap, right? He said, I don't want to do it on the cheap. But until now, I've loved it because I've spent less money than anybody else and had the best result, right? That's what should happen with our country. Think about it. Think of it. In education, as an example, we're number 28 on the list worldwide. So we're the 28th. That means 27 countries, including some literally, I mean countries, you wouldn't even believe they're countries. They're better than us. And yet, in terms of money spent per pupil, there's nobody even close. We're number one. So we spend far more, like far more, than anybody else, and yet we're number 28. By the way, we're getting rid of Common Core. I got elected Common Core. I've always loved, and I started off because I see all these people, they spend money. Hillary has, $70, $80 million. I looked at her offices, they have these gorgeous offices in Brooklyn. And you know who pays all this money? Special interests, lobbyists, donors, people that want things. I'm self-funding my campaign, I'm working for you folks. I mean, every one of these people, and I like some of the Republican guys, and some I don't like, to be honest with you, but I like some of the Republicans. And some I have great respect for. Some I say, how did they ever become a governor? How did they ever become a senator? I don't care. I really don't care. And I say it like it is. But I will tell you this. Some of the people that are running, you look at what's going on, you look at the kind of money they've raised. People giving $4 million, $5 million, $2 million, $1 million. They have got these people 100%. They're no longer working for you. They're working for their donors. They're working for the special interests. They're not working for you. You know, I was in Iowa recently in front of a great crowd of people, and I said, look, my whole life I've made money. I've had an ability to make money. Oh, by the way, our budget. You saw what they did 2 weeks ago. Can you believe it? That was like, and you know, it went so fast. So many different things. It went so fast. We're funding all of these people that they want to bring in from Syria. We're funding visa programs. Which, by the way, we have no idea who they are, where they came from, and they're young and they're strong and there's a lot of men. And you look at this migration and you say, maybe it really is the ultimate Trojan horse. Look at what's happening with Germany. Did you see yesterday? They want to close down Germany. They wanted to close down major cities in Germany. And she got Time Person of the Year. I didn't. Can you believe it? That's okay. I never expected it. I'm not a part of the establishment, so I never expected it. But she got it, and I think what she's done is absolutely atrocious. By the way, we all have a heart. And we want to see something good happen. And in Syria, you build a safe zone. You get some of the Gulf states, you have so much money. I mean, the money they are making is so enormous, they're putting up nothing. They're not taking anybody, and they don't put up money. Hey, nobody said they were stupid, okay? We put up the money. We do everything. We do everything for everybody. And now they want to take in thousands and thousands of people that they have no idea where they come from. It's not going to happen. And if it does happen, assuming I win, if I win, we're doing awfully well, and we do great against Hillary head for head. Believe me. And just in case you have any question, all right? The last person that Hillary Clinton wants to run against is me. So meet the press, and I was talking to Chuck Todd, and somebody said, hello folks, I love you too. Somebody said, the Clinton campaign said that most would like to run against, so I called up, they put in, that they would most like to run against Donald Trump. So I said, Chuck, let me explain something. When they say that, that means they don't want to run against him. You do understand that. In other words, if they say they want to run against you, you're the one they don't. Believe me, and you see it even from the last few days, they do not want to run against me. They do not. And I'm going to win. Don't forget, it's very important, there are some structural advantages. The Democrats have certain structural advantages in terms of getting elected. And, you look at the different states, and there are certain advantages that they have. You have to pick the right guy. I'm going to win. I'm going to win states that they never even thought about winning. We get crowds like this. We get crowds like this, and I'm telling you, I'm going to win. And I understand, like, for instance, I said, Remember when Jeb and Rubio both came out? And sort of an interesting story. But again, it's a prediction. Hey, I wrote about Osama bin Laden in my book 2 years before the World Trade Center came down. I said, you better study him, you better watch him. Because I didn't like the way he was talking. You got to take him out. They didn't take him out, he knocked down the World Trade Center. I talked about I talked about a lot of things, you know. You want to get somebody that has a certain vision. I said, don't go into Iraq. Again, the most militaristic person. I'm going to build our military so strong, so powerful. We're never going to have to use it. We're never going to use it. We're going to be so strong, so powerful, so sharp. We're never going to have to use it, hopefully. But I said, don't go in, and by the way, we're taking care of our vets who have been poorly taken care of. Poorly taken care of. But I said all the time, don't go into Iraq. And if you look at 2003, 2004, they actually had some people come in from the White House to talk to me because I'm a real estate guy and I'm a businessman. I employ tens of thousands of people over the years, tens of thousands. I create jobs. I'll be the greatest jobs president that God ever sent to this planet. That's what I do. But because of the fact that I seem to get a little bit of press, I was saying, don't go in, don't go in. And they tried to talk me out of it. I said, look, if you destabilize Iraq, if you obliterate their military, which is essentially what we did, Iran is going to take over Iraq and everything else. And that's exactly what happened. And I wrote about it, and I talked about it. If you look at Reuters in 2003, 2004, articles about it, and, you know, again, I'm somebody that believes in the military, but you got to know when to use it, and we use it wrong. And then we backed people that are a disaster. I mean, they're a disaster. They wouldn't let certain people be inclusive to the government, and that's how ISIS happened. That's what happened. They couldn't come in. So now we have Iran taking over Iraq as sure as you're standing, and in some cases sitting. You have Iran taking over Iraq. So think of this, and this is something came to my mind 2 weeks ago. They made this great deal. They get $150 billion, right? Can you believe that deal? We never even asked for our prisoners, right? We never even asked. They have the worst, one of the dumbest I've ever seen. And I said, it's one of the greatest deals I've ever seen. Then I thought, no. You know who made another better deal than that? Iran. Because they're going to take over Iraq. We gave them Iraq. Second largest oil reserves in the world. We gave it to them. We handed it. And how about our president saying, we're leaving Iraq on a certain date? So the enemy pulls back. No, think of it. I'm watching this. A couple of years ago, I'm watching. And I said, did he actually say a certain date? Because now what happens, the enemy, they don't want to die, folks, okay? Believe me. You know, you hear about, oh, they want to die. They don't want to die. And they don't want their families to die. And by the way, their families know exactly what's happening. They know. Those wives know. Those wives know. They know exactly what's happening. We are weak and we are soft and we're pathetic. And what's going on has to be stopped. And it has to be talked about, but it has to be stopped. So you look at what's going on, and I say the Iran deal. So, they get $150 billion. They have the right to self-inspect. Think of that one. They're going to self-inspect. And the other inspections take place over they have to wait 24 days. But the clock doesn't start ticking for a long time, right? For a long time. So the 24 days could be forever. By that time, they'll sweep up the floors, they'll paint them battleship gray. They'll say, oh, we weren't doing nuclear weapons here. By the way, I have to be honest. We gave them so much money, they really don't have to do too much more research. They can buy the damn things, okay? What we have done is so incredible. But then I said to myself, it's one of the great deals. And then we never got our prisoners back. And now Iran wants to start negotiating for the prisoners. We never even asked for the prisoners. And we should have said, before, first day, like 3-4 years ago, did you ever see a negotiation take so long? And we gave every point. We say, we want this and this. No. Oh, okay. We'll take it. Then we want this. It's very important. No. Oh, this is Secretary Kerry. Great negotiator. He did not read the art of the deal, folks. So we want this, we want that. And we didn't say it that way, we said it this way. Would it be possible for us to have anything? Could we get anything? Just anything, please. No, you can't have anything. Oh, okay, we'll take it. So, you know, it's funny, I was telling you, so I have Ivy League education, smart guy, good genes, I have great genes and all that stuff, which I'm a believer in. But you know what? So, it's like so incredible, because I go in and I see what's happening, and you predict, and they don't want to give you credit. Like, for instance, these cameras back here right now, they will never show this crowd. They'll never show this crowd. No, they're never going to show this. They're never going to show it. Turn it, turn it, turn it, spin it, spin the camera, spin the camera. Look at the guy in the middle. Look at the guy in the middle. Why aren't you turning that camera? Why aren't you turning it? It's so terrible. Look at him. He doesn't turn the camera. He doesn't turn the camera. It's a disgusting, I'll tell you, it's disgusting. The only time they turn the camera is if we have a heckler. I like hecklers, because the only time these guys turn the cameras, and then you see how many people are here. I tell you, I go home all the time, and my wife, she watches on television, it's always live. And they do get good ratings for these speeches, but she watches on television, she always says, like she'll say tonight, I'll get home, like 1 o'clock in the morning, she'll say, darling, did you have many people there? I said, she said they never take the camera off your face. They don't want to show the crowd. That's what it is. They don't want to show. They're really dishonest. No, they don't. Look at the guy in the middle. Look at that guy. Turn it. But if one person's over in the corner, if one person's over there, those cameras, they make them into a pretzel. I thought they couldn't turn. I thought mechanically they didn't turn. They turn. They turn. Put a guy over in the corner that's protesting, and you'll see those cameras, they'll be in 14 different positions. It's so damn unfair, the press. That guy right there, who do you shoot for? That guy right there has not moved that camera. All right. Enough. He won't move. He's instructed by his bosses, do not move the camera, they'll fire him. It's really cool. So a couple of things have happened. Yeah, we ought to fire. I'd fire his ass right now.